Hi, I'm Whitney Morgan, Hashimoto's coach, gluten-free warrior, and creator of the Thyroid Reboot Method. So I wanted to hop on today and talk about something that's a little controversial perhaps, and I gotta be honest with you, I've about had it with the intuitive eating movement. The intuitive eating movement has really gained some traction in this health and wellness space, and there's always a flurry of new posts around intuitive eating when we head into a new year. So trigger warning, if you are an intuitive eating convert, you're probably going to want to turn this off and go watch a cat video or something because you're not going to like what I have to say. Because in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is wrong with the intuitive eating movement and why it can be downright dangerous for you if you have Hashimoto's. But before I jump into things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. I've worked with dozens of women with Hashimoto's, autoimmune disease, hypothyroidism, and I'm here to tell you that in every single case, creating a customized nutrition plan is the key to turning around symptoms of autoimmune disease. In fact, I would go so far as to say that if you don't get the diet right, nothing else you do matters. So when I see semi-influencers in the health and wellness space bashing therapeutic diets and preaching the benefits of intuitive eating, I can get a little bit pissy. In fact, I recently saw a post from a well-known practitioner and podcast host that specifically called on women to reject diets like paleo, keto, gluten-free, and intermittent fasting and embrace the benefits of intuitive eating. Now, here's my problem with that. First, I don't accept the premise of the post. The idea that eating gluten-free or paleo or keto is somehow antithetical to intuition is total bullshit. You can eat intuitively and be gluten-free. You can eat intuitively and be paleo. You can eat intuitively and practice intermittent fasting. These are not mutually exclusive concepts. Now, granted, this particular individual was focused primarily on intuitive eating versus dieting when it comes to weight loss. One of the points that she made in her post is that restrictive diets don't deliver weight loss that is sustainable, and in fact, that they can do more harm than good because they can promote a diet mentality and cultivate an unhealthy relationship with food. Now, I would say she has a point when it comes to fad crash diets like South Beach or HCG diet or the Atkins diet, or even popular weight loss systems like Nutrisystem and Weight Watchers. But when it comes to therapeutic diets like paleo and keto and the Gumtree diet or FODMAP or GAPS, weight loss takes a back seat to the therapeutic purpose of these diets, like stabilizing blood sugar, reversing insulin resistance, eliminating systemic inflammation, reversing or halting autoimmune disease progression, healing and sealing a leaky gut, or shifting the microbiome so that you have better balance and immune function. I would argue that when you make these types of health improvements, weight loss naturally follows. Do you think it's possible to eat intuitively and be paleo or gluten-free? If so, give me a thumbs up emoji in the comments. So now I want to talk about a few of the nerdy reasons why intuitive eating can be downright dangerous when you have Hashimoto's. First, let's just clarify, what is intuitive eating? It's based on a philosophy that honors your own hunger and cravings and rejects diet mentality. But what your body craves, as well as your level of hunger, aren't necessarily matters of intuition. Instead, they're often rooted in your biochemistry and in your microbiome. Okay, nerdy reason number one. Bacterial dysbiosis can increase your hunger level and actually influence the types of food that you crave. The same is true if you have a yeast or fungal overgrowth. In other words, your hunger and your cravings aren't necessarily yours. They belong to the organisms that are living in your gut. And continuing to feed those bacterial and fungal overgrowths can keep your thyroid antibodies elevated. Nerdy reason number two. If your body is used to using glucose from carbohydrates as its primary fuel source, your blood sugar levels will fluctuate pretty widely throughout the day. A big spike in blood sugar provokes an insulin response. Insulin drives glucose out of the bloodstream and into the cells. Blood sugar levels crash, and your body starts looking for more fuel. I call this the glucose-insulin roller coaster. What does this roller coaster mean for your intuition? It means that your intuition tells you that you're hungry every 2 to 3 hours, and it keeps you craving those carbohydrates. It's not really intuition, it's chemistry. And what sucks for your thyroid is this roller coaster causes big insulin surges. And these insulin surges will exacerbate thyroid autoimmunity and increase damage to your thyroid. Nerd fact number 3. When you have an autoimmune disease like Hashimoto's, inflammation is your enemy. So avoiding inflammatory foods like gluten, dairy, corn, soy, industrial seed oils, refined sugar, and alcohol. Avoiding these foods is critical if you want to get control of thyroid antibodies and calm down your immune system. So no matter what your intuition is telling you, these foods are potential poison for you when you have Hashimoto's. Nerd fact number 4. Leaky gut sets the stage for Hashimoto's and all autoimmune diseases. And as long as your gut stays leaky, your Hashi's is not going to turn around. So all those inflammatory foods I just listed, they all promote a leaky gut. And in addition to avoiding those, it's also a very good idea to avoid white potatoes and other high lectin foods, because lectins are inherently damaging to the gut. They promote leaky gut. And when they get through your gut and into your bloodstream, they travel to your organs and tissues where they provoke an immune response. So it's damn hard to heal a leaky gut if you're consuming a bunch of lectins. So if your intuition is telling you to eat hummus and corn chips or pasta with marinara sauce, you need to ignore it. Here's my bottom line. If you want to eat intuitively, fine, but you need to establish guardrails first. Because when you have Hashimoto's or any other autoimmune disease, there are just certain foods that need to be off the table entirely, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you're craving. To learn more about my thyroid reboot method and how to rebuild your thyroid function from the ground up, just click on the link that I've posted in the video description. If you're watching the replay on IGTV, just head to my bio link for more information. Thanks for watching, folks. And if you found this video interesting or helpful, you can let me know by liking it, subscribing to my channel, or sharing it with a friend who's got Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism or any other autoimmune disease. And as always, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I do my best to answer each and every one. I'll see you next week.